Okay, so my name is Miranda Rinehart, and I'm the 2018 Mrs. Ohio United States. My daughter, she was the inspiration for the whole thing. Like when I was her age, even until I was, almost to the age I am now, I had no confidence. The only time I was ever confident in my life was high school volleyball. Like when I was on the volleyball court, I knew that I could do what I was doing and that I was one of the best people at it, and so I felt good about myself. But other than that, I never had any confidence. And watching her, she's been doing pageants for a few years now, and just the growth that she has made, like from age 6 to now she's 10. Last year she went to a national pageant and introduced herself, like a 30-second personal introduction in front of, hundreds of people. And I cried when she was finished. She came off, she felt so good about herself. She kissed me on the cheek, she kissed me on the other cheek and gave me a big hug. And you could tell she felt really good about it, and that was the moment right there. I was so proud of her, and I knew that she was confident in herself. I'm like, we got to keep that up, because that's something that most girls don't have it. Even the people that you think seem the most perfect people to you. I watch all my students. They're beautiful and smart and have everything going for them, and they have no confidence. And how do I teach you? I'm like, you know what? This might be a good way to show people that, hey, be confident in yourself. It was pretty fun to do this and to embrace it and to actually feel good about myself. I was in a huge pageant, a national level pageant, with a bunch of people who you could tell that's what most of them had done their whole life, which was really neat. And I didn't have any expectations, obviously, for myself, other than just to have a good time. And leading up to it, I'd lost 30 pounds. We had a guy from the Winning Edge Fitness who had sponsored us to give us meal plans and workout plans. And I told him, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. I did that, so I felt confident, in my body anyway. We got Henry's Cloud 9 sponsored our gowns. So I had a $1,500 gown that I got to wear. Felt like Cinderella. I'd never walked on a stage with a dress before, so it was really cool. And we did an opening number for the final night. Never done a dance on a stage before, but they got a good picture of me flexing my muscle, so that was pretty neat. And then I also had to wear a swimsuit and 6-inch heels, so that was the part I was most concerned about, because I never felt comfortable even being in a swimsuit in public, and now I'm on a stage with my swimsuit. But honest to God, the whole entire week I was not nervous one time. I had total peace over my body, and I just enjoyed every minute of it. It was really cool. They narrow it down to the top 16, which I didn't make the top 16, but all of those ladies got to recompete in the swimsuit portion. And then they narrowed that down to the top 10. They all got to recompete in their gowns, and then they picked the top 5. And before they announced the winners, they also gave out other awards. So they had, the best evening gown, the best swimsuit, best interview, and then they had Miss Congeniality, which is voted on by the other delegates, and I got voted Miss Congeniality, which was the coolest thing that could have happened all week. So it's one of my favorite movies. We love it. We watch it all the time. And I kind of relate to the Sandra Bullock's character in the movie. Like, she's, not a girly girl, and they put her in this pageant and make her all up. And I'd never had my hair and makeup done before. Like, my sister-in-law curled my hair for my wedding, but other than that, nobody's ever touched my face. And I don't wear a lot of makeup anyway. I teach health and phys ed, so I work out twice a day with my classes. I don't wear makeup to, my daily school life. My pictures looked nothing like me. Some of my kids' friends, they were like, that's not Miranda, that's not Mrs. Rinehart. Like, yeah, it is. So, but it was really fun, really fun. For the next year, I get to represent Ohio as Mrs. Ohio. There will be parades and things like that, appearances that I'll get to do with my sister queens, which is everybody from a 9-year-old girl to me, who I'm the oldest. Next week, we're going to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame parade. So that'll be the first thing I do as Mrs. Ohio, with my team. Yeah, so we get to ride in a parade, and our director, I'm sure she'll have things for us to do. But for myself, I mean, I would like to help, do whatever I can in this community, obviously. Even though I get to represent the whole state. The Junior Civic League is having their Christmas gala in November, and I get to be a presenter for their live auction. So they said, you get to be our Vanna. I'm like, okay, sign me up. I'll wear my gown again. That'll give me an excuse to get to wear my $1,500 gown again. We always do goals like the first week in health class, and a couple years ago somebody asked me, well, Mrs. Rinehart, what's your goal? And I'm like, oh, I haven't thought about it, and I thought I was living my goal, be happy and have a job and a family. But I'm like, I'm not too old to have new goals. So, I don't have my students on Facebook, but several of their parents know me and are friends with me on Facebook. And at the end of the school year, that's when I got the appointed title, and I hadn't done anything, I hadn't really announced it or anything. And I had several kids like, are you Mrs. Ohio? I'm like, yeah, I am. So it'll be funny to see how they respond, because I know they've seen some of the pictures from like the national pageant, but they love it. They embrace me, and I don't know. It'll be fun. But no, I will not be wearing the sash and crown.